In Sumter County, South Carolina, Corporal Pat Riley's #1 concern is making sure his peaceful southern town stays just that, peaceful.
You try to prepare yourself every day you go out there, but you never know what's going to happen.
But on a seemingly average day in 1996, that peace was shattered.
Call came out saying that it was a vehicle headed south on 15 North into the town of Sumter, running vehicles off the road.
He has no idea that behind the wheel of this white sedan, a mentally unstable man is in the throes of a psychotic episode. By the time Riley catches up, he can see the suspect is a menace to everyone on the road.
He almost 1053 vehicles.
After so many brushes with death, any sane man would pull off the road. But this isn't a sane man. Another unit lays down a stop stick. The driver swerves around the spikes, but he can't hold the road.
Base, he's 1050 and he's 1050.
Unbelievably, after 3 heart-stopping revolutions, the suspect regains control.
Negative, base back on the road.
The driver avoids a second stop stick, but a third one takes out a tire.
Units, be advised, he just went through another stick.
Additional units join the pursuit.
The subject stopped. Negative, 1010.
Next to this gas station is a daycare center. The cop in the lead sees the chase is headed toward the children and makes sure it goes no further.
1010, he crashed into an Exxon.
With no bystanders in the way, the officer has to make his move. But now the whole gas station is a bomb, waiting to go off. The first priority is evacuating the terrified children. But the driver remains in his car. Too deep in his own madness to even care about the flames engulfing his vehicle.
Gas tanks on fire.
Riley and the other cops now have to save the life of the same man they've been chasing for miles. They even brave explosions to rescue him. The cruiser bulldozes the car to safety. But there's still the threat of a massive explosion.
301 at 2.
Unbelievably, once the car rolls free, the suspect tries to keep running.
He's taking off again.
He had a reflex. I think he hit the accelerator and tried to speed away once again.
But the police have learned to expect the unexpected with this guy. They quickly surround the car. The door handles are blistering hot from the flames, so they try more direct methods. Only 100 feet away, the flaming gas pumps remind the officers they're running out of time. Inside the car, the disturbed man struggles. He tries to yank Riley through the shattered window. It takes nearly a half a dozen cops to drag the man out of the car, and even more to cuff him. But finally, it's over.
Top pursuit I've ever been in. I mean, it's the longest, the most scariest, and I don't want to do another one like that.
Police were able to halt this madman's rampage before it claimed a life. The driver later admitted to not remembering most of the chase. But Corporal Pat Riley will never forget the terror of this day, which began with the wail of sirens and almost ended in a ball of fire.
Richard has been notified. 411.
Tractor advised you north on Thomas.
411, stop brief. We're back north now, passing Mars.
How you guys hold the trip?
411 shots fired.
For radio
We got more shots fired. Vehicle stop with my... Attempting to stop a vehicle.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. A miserable rainy afternoon. Officer James Jackson is in pursuit of what appears to be a drunk driver.
Okay, at this time we've turned off onto some back road, the first back road to the right.
But these aren't ordinary back roads. This is dangerous territory, the land of homemade stills and shotgun justice. To make matters worse, Officer Jackson realizes that he doesn't know any of the roads in this out-of-the-way area.
Okay, 51 at this time. Looks like we're heading down into a quarry. I can't really see that well.
Officer Jackson is getting nervous about his backup, even finding him in here.
Okay, 51, he's trying to get me back here on this mud and get me stuck.
The suspects lead the officer farther and farther into the swampy forest.
Okay, where did this road come out at?
The truck is throwing back mud. At times, it's almost impossible to see. Suddenly, both vehicles are in danger of getting stuck.
Everything okay?
This chase is about to come to an end, but Officer Jackson's problems are only beginning.
Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Get out of the vehicle and get your hands up!
Suddenly, it all goes wrong.
He's got a gun! 51, shots fired! Shots fired!
This is the worst-case scenario. As the officer goes to arrest the men, the passenger gets out with a gun, shoots at the officer shoots back, hitting him, and the driver runs.
The shooter was sentenced to 4 years in prison. The driver remains at large. Officer Jackson is still on the job.
But he quickly changes direction and heads down the on-ramp. A cruiser moves to block his escape and is rammed by the van. The suspect can't seem to make up his mind about where he wants to go. He just doesn't want to stop. Police set a trap for him, but he sees the stop sticks and turns to avoid them.